This one simple system has helped me eliminate my procrastination for good. So this system is something that I learned way back with one of my first coaches that I used to help me with my business, but also help with my ADHD. And I really have been using this time and time again to really help me not get in that procrastination mode, which is so common for us people with ADHD. And so the trick that I am referring to is something that you should do on a regular basis. And it's determining what are the certain tasks that are causing the procrastination? What are the things that are draining your energy? And so if you don't know what those tasks that you're doing on a regular basis, it's always good to do something what I call the work week analytics. And so the work week analytics is something that is really vital to do on a regular basis to see what kind of task are you doing to understand that's causing you to procrastinate so much. And so to kind of just give you like a rough list, which is common for a lot of people, I'm just going to kind of put roughly what I kind of have when I'm doing this type of exercise is I'll find out, I'm doing a lot of emails. I'm also doing a lot of appointments. I'm also creating a lot of treatment plans. I'm also having to do team meetings. I'm having to create videos. I'm having to a lot of operations within my business. I'm having to work on my business. I'm also have to get on the phone a lot. I have to also do a lot of training. I'm having to also do group calls. And the list goes on and on and on. Now, the problem with this that we do face when we have all these different tasks is that the brain itself really can't handle all this amount of different information going back and forth. Let me explain why and why it's really causing us to procrastinate getting those tasks done. And it's something where I find that there's two really main tasks that are different. And we have what we call is management tasks or management work or creative tasks or work. So they're very two different things. And whenever you have to switch, what I call is task switching, it can be definitely an issue for the brain. And let me explain why. Because when you have to task switch, it is a different task and it makes it very difficult to go from one task that's very different from another task, and takes about 20 to 30 minutes to make that adjustment, to get back into that focus. And when that happens, if you really think about our willpower or able to do things as like a battery meter, we only have so much in the day that we can handle. And when we only have so much in the day to handle, every time we do a task switch, so we switch from creative mode, you're going to start seeing a deplete in your energy. And you have to constantly go back and forth, and switching that battery meter is going to deplete altogether. And so when you have done it too many times, you're not able to switch it again, because now what happens is your procrastination starts to creep in significantly. And therefore, you might only have been able to do maybe 2, 3 different tasks when you had a list of 5, 10 different tasks, and therefore you procrastinate and push it off. So the system that I use, so let me take this list over here, which is our sample list, to help you understand what you should be doing instead of just deciding, okay, there's a better system that I use over and over again to really simplify this so I don't tend to procrastinate and I can get a lot more done. So what I do is, remember that we talked about there's management tasks and there is creative tasks. And so really put these tasks in 2 main buckets. And those 2 main buckets are going to be the management and the creative. So you have 2 buckets. So if we look at our list here, we need to decide, okay, which ones are management tasks? I would say, emails are, appointments can be, team meetings can be, definitely ops, can definitely be something that can be more management. Also dealing with doing phone calls, possibly even trainings. Now, for me, what are the more creative type of tasks that is creative tasks? And of course, that's going to be creating treatment plans. That's going to be creating videos. That's going to be working on the business. I kind of enjoy that more. And I feel like it's kind of creative work. Doing group calls, because it's kind of a little bit more creative work that I'm doing there. And so all these things, you decide, okay, let's put them all in the right category or bucket of its designated area, so that way we know where to put that. Now, just give me a second. I'll show you how this all comes together here in just a minute. So once we have done that, we have our buckets. Now we look at, okay, what is the schedule? So everybody has, the same amount of hours, the same amount of days. And I like to break this up into two different sections. So we have Monday. Let's just do a regular work week, right? That we have. Okay. Everybody has the same amount of hours in the day. So that is understandable. You also have, it's AM and then PM. And I like to break this up into two sections. Ideally, if you could do it an entire day. So we're going to have two different colors here. We'll have one color that's designated for management work and another color designated for creative work. All right. So what I have done, and this has been so helpful for me to really put these all together into one big chunk. So let's say you want to do all of your management work first thing in the morning. And you do it for 4 hours. You get all the emails done, all the team ops, your meetings and appointments. You get that done in the morning. And then you could switch over and doing more of your creative work in the afternoon. So that way you're only, guess what? Task switching one time. That's it. Just one time. Instead of doing it multiple times, you will find that you get a lot more done. It won't burn your willpower meter, so you don't run in that situation of procrastinating and putting things off. Now, another great idea that I tend to like to do when it comes to looking at the day is if you have a full entire day that is designated to, for example, okay, let's have Tuesday specifically a whole day on all management type of work, all your appointments, everything. But then you decide, okay, let's have Wednesday. And even better, if you could have 2 days in a row. So let's say Wednesday and Thursday, that's all creative work. And you don't really have to task switch much. It's like all focused and you can get so many different projects done that require the creative mindset. And then maybe on Friday, you decide to have a whole nother day on all the management work. Okay. So this to me has been a big game changer of really eliminating my procrastination and getting a lot more done, but it doesn't stop there. There's one additional thing that I have found that's really helpful. And this has to do with going back to our list and assigning which tasks give you more energy and which tasks zap your energy. So for some people, and I know for me, emails will zap my energy. So I'm going to highlight that red. And things that are going to be more green, well, creative work, like creating treatment plans, be able to create videos, working on the business, doing group calls with my patients and clients, like those things, energize me and helping out people. But things that are going to zap more of my energy can be things such as like possibly operations, kind of like maybe, team meetings can sometimes down my energy a bit. It just depends on the meetings. But the point of this is you understand, okay, now you're putting all your tasks, which ones give you energy and which ones don't. And so what you want to do here is taking this schedule right here and doing one more additional thing that I found that is very helpful. So instead of, there's obviously there's the chunks, but what I have found recently very effective for me is whenever I decide to choose doing, even if it's just for 1 hour, of doing a task, very first part of the day of something that energizes me, something I'm really, excited about doing. And that's going to be more creative work. So maybe you do just for 1 hour to ignite your excitement about the day and getting things done. And so you don't push things off. So the way you're doing something that you feel accomplished, like, wow, I got that done. And it was something that you were excited to do. And then things that, drain you, like such as like maybe emails, plan that more at the end of the day, not the beginning of the day, because if you do the beginning of the day, it just zaps your energy. And so therefore you're not going to be getting all the other tasks that you need to get done. And so when you do a task that you're excited about, it trajects your willpower and your ability to getting more things done because it starts the day good. And so that, like I said, it's going to be just 1 hour and you do this maybe every morning. And you just do that for just 1 hour of something that is going to be more creative work that's going to, and that gives you energy to be able to do so. Now, one other thing that I think is also really important when it comes to this system and how to use it to really eliminate your procrastination is you have to really analyze and adjust. You have to analyze and adjust your calendar. Now, I do this probably on a monthly basis to really analyze, okay, which tasks of these are really giving me energy? Or are they not giving me energy anymore? And do I need to switch it up? Or do I need to chunk the things differently? So maybe Having your full workday on Tuesday is just not the best day because there's something that else happens in your life that isn't the greatest. And you need to constantly analyze and adjust this so that you will not constantly get in that rut of procrastination. And so that is just one aspect of getting rid of your procrastination. There's other issues that causes the procrastination with your body chemistry and understanding the imbalances that go on there that causes the procrastination. So you should watch this video next, where I actually show you the 3-step system of how to eliminate your procrastination and your other ADHD symptoms. So watch this video next.